Who is Tilly Norwood? No one, really. Tilly Norwood doesn't even exist. She's an AI-generated influencer, though. Perhaps you've seen her, who just got picked up by a talent agency. How weird is that? We're joined now by Barbara Duffick. She's an assistant professor of marketing at Georgia State University. Barbara, first of all, thanks for joining us today. This seems so weird, and its impact on people who follow social media, who follow influencers. This one's not even real, but apparently a whole lot of people are connecting with Tilly Norwood.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Indeed, she's not real. She is a virtual influencer, virtual actress. So Tilly Norwood essentially is a creative art, as they called her, rather than one to replace human actors. But what we see is her endeavor to essentially become an actress and become someone who is going to appear in movies in Hollywood and beyond.
Tell us about, we often talk about young people connecting, so to speak, although they're not really making a connection because these characters, these figures are fake. But young people are making emotional connections with these non-existent characters, perhaps not ideal when you talk about things like mental health and then integrating them socially into their normal society and culture.
Right. So these virtual influencers, these virtual agents have actually been around for a while. So one of the most famous one is called Lily Michaela. She was introduced in 2016 and she has 2.3 million followers on Instagram. And she actually works with large brands like BMW or Dior, and she's endorsing those products. In fact, she even has real life experiences. She celebrates birthdays, she goes to Coachella, she has a partner, and young people and audiences are actually engaging with that. So we see a lot of Instagram follows, likes, they are commenting under the post. They are actually as likely to engage with these branded posts as they would with a human influencer, or even more. So what we see is that these virtual agents have a space in creating connections with real people. Obviously, they don't have real world experiences, right? But what I believe is that they could endorse some products effectively, like fashion brands. They could show us, authentically some fashion products. On the other hand, they may not be as good endorsing perfume, for instance, or food products. So definitely we see a rise in virtual influencers and consumers following them.
I know this train has already left the station and there's no stopping it. Certainly it's going to get even more profound, if you will. But is this a healthy development? Because we know that young people are the ones that are on TikTok, Instagram, and who are influenced by these types of characters. How would you characterize this sort of development, and would you have any sort of red flag or warning for young people as they engage with characters like Tilly Norwood, and then parents as well who are watching this all happen?
Mm-hmm. So essentially, it's a development that's going to keep developing further. So the AI we have today is the worst AI we will ever have. The AI continuing is going to be better than what we've seen before. So it's definitely going to be a rise in it. I believe it's very important to acknowledge that Tilly Norwood or Lil Michaela are not real. They are not real people. They are not sharing real experiences with consumers, but they are generated by artificial intelligence. They are drawing on data from the internet. They are drawing on real people's data. But I feel that we should approach this with a bit of caution. We should be aware of them being AI, and therefore they cannot really convey real experiences that way. So that is going to be very important moving down the line, that we fully acknowledge them being AI generated.
Are you enthused by AI characters like this? I mean, I know we're not going to really talk about the impact on things like Hollywood, SAG-AFTRA, the actors feeling threatened by AI-generated characters, news anchors being replaced by AI, but do you like the direction that artificial intelligence is headed, where it comes to actually personifying someone?
So I don't think AI is going to, replace us. I believe that human work, human creativity is going to be even more valuable now that we have these tools. At the same time, I believe that it can kind of level the playing field for small businesses or for entrepreneurs who may not have the financial means to hire real actors or to really hire a production to produce a campaign, or even small filmmakers. This could be a way for them to also put a foothold in and to establish themselves. So while I believe that AI is going to be there, I don't think it is going to replace human creativity. In fact, I think human creativity is going to become even more important. But at the same time, it does open up opportunities for small companies to also enter this market and to be able to advertise and not have to spend that much money on creative as they had before. So right now, when you go on social media, many of the ads you see on Instagram, Facebook may be AI generated, or some part of it may be AI generated. And that is going to proliferate because of these AI tools that are out there and that are actually very good in generating these videos.
Yeah, and certainly probably a lot cheaper for companies than Kim Kardashian charging whatever, $10 million just to make a post on Instagram. They'd rather go with the AI. But we're just on the beginning of this new frontier when it comes to AI, not only AI, but then as we were talking about personifying characters through artificial intelligence. Barbara Duffick, the assistant professor of marketing at Georgia State University, thanks so much for being with us this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.